I think we did a very good job of getting everybody that we could get out. And we think the citizens that were not brought out number in the low, very low hundreds.
Low hundreds. No, we don't exactly know, but it's in the low hundreds. At least it's not the high hundreds or the thousands or something. It's the low hundreds. Pathetic. Let's talk for a second about the actual acute issue. America is now admitting that we left people behind. That's an unbelievable statement. Now, Jimmy Carter became not president because there were 50 Americans who were taken hostage in Iran. We have left at the very least 250 Americans under the tender care of the Taliban, plus thousands of green card holders, plus tens of thousands of people who worked with us. Now, this administration has been lying about this all along. Remember, it was just a couple of weeks ago that Joe Biden said, if there are American citizens left behind, we'll get them out. Remember, he said this to George Stephanopoulos. This is like a week and a half ago.
Are you committed to making sure that the troops stay until every American who wants to be out is out?
Yes.
How about our Afghan allies? Does the commitment hold for them as well?
The commitment holds to get everyone out that, in fact, we can get out and everyone should come out. And that's the objective. That's what we're doing now. That's the path we're on. And I think we'll get there.
So Americans should understand that troops might have to be there beyond August 31st.
No, Americans should understand that we're going to try to get it done before August 31st.
But if we don't, the troops will stay.
If we don't, we'll determine at the time who's left.
And
if there are American forces, if there's American citizens left, we're going to stay till we get them all out.
Liar, liar, liar. God bleep liar. What a liar he is. What a liar. Remember, Jen Psaki got very upset with Peter Doocy for saying there were Americans stranded in Kabul. Again, this is a week and a half ago.
I think it's irresponsible to say Americans are stranded. They are not. We are committed to bringing Americans who want to come home. We are in touch with them via phone, via text, via email, via any way that we can possibly reach Americans to get them home if they want to return home.
There are no Americans stranded is the White House's official position on what's happening in Afghanistan right now.
I'm just calling you out for saying that we are stranding Americans in Afghanistan when we have been very clear that we are not leaving Americans who want to return home. We are going to bring them home. And I think that's important for the American public to hear and understand.
It's important for the American public to be lied to by Jen Psaki every single day repeatedly. And then for all of her cheerleaders in the press to start clapping like seals. So here was the head of CENTCOM, General McKenzie, yesterday saying, yeah, we didn't get everybody out.
There's a lot of heartbreak associated with this departure. We did not get everybody out that we wanted to get out. But I think if we'd stayed another 10 days, Louis, we wouldn't have gotten everybody out that we wanted to get out. And there still would have been people who would have been disappointed with that. It's a tough situation. But I want to emphasize again that simply because we have left, that doesn't mean the opportunities for both Americans that are in Afghanistan that want to leave and Afghans who want to leave, they will not be denied that opportunity. I think our Department of State is going to work that very hard in the days and weeks.
Oh, man, the Department of State's going to work it super hard. We'll get to the Department of State in a second. They're going to tickle the hell out of those Taliban members. They're going to hit them with pillows made of foam. They're going to send them some strongly worded statements to those illiterate cavemen. Let me just tell you that. What a humiliation. I mean, really, like, if you're General McKenzie, at some point, don't you just have to say, I'm not going out there and I'm not going to repeat this garbage? Aren't you going to say, like, get somebody else to be your spokesperson on this? Because this is pathetic. Is that, yeah, man, I mean, we're taking out we're taking out the most powerfully armed military in the history of the world. But let me tell you, Ned Price and that team over at State, Tony Blinken, he's going to be on his phone with those people at the other end of the phone. They're going to be picking up an actual rock connected to a wire like Fred Flintstone. And they're going to be talking to him. And let me tell you, we're going to exert such unbelievable leverage. We are going to absolutely threaten not to open a Planned Parenthood in Kabul unless they give us back our people. I mean, we are going to send them so much literature about their lack of opportunity for LGBTQ people in Afghanistan. We are going to chide them so hard. We are not going to send them a Pride Progress flag unless they let our people out. Our State Department will not stand for any of this sort of stuff. Pathetic. Here's General McKenzie explaining, they're just low hundreds. Low hundreds. No, we don't exactly know, but it's in the low hundreds. At least it's not the high hundreds or the thousands or something. It's the low hundreds. Oh, the low hundreds? You mean like at least 5 times as many people as the Iranians had during the hostage crisis of 79? Interesting.
The military phase of this operation has ended. The diplomatic sequel to that will now begin. And I believe our Department of State is going to work very hard to allow any American citizens that are left, and we think the citizens that were not brought out number in the low, very low hundreds. I believe that we're going to be able to get those people out. I think we're also going to negotiate very hard and very aggressively to get our other Afghan partners out.
We're going to negotiate hard with John McClane. So much negotiation. Underneath this pillow, I have a gun. And underneath this gun, I have another pillow. That last pillow is the one I'm going to be using in this negotiation. You removed every capacity we had. You removed all the leverage we had. You're now begging the Taliban. And by the way, you're going to bribe them. The only question is whether you're going to do it illegally. The Biden administration is now claiming, as we will see, that they're going to funnel the money through the UN, which presumably will make it legal. Which, by the way, we've done before. I mean, we fund the UNRWA, which funds terror groups all over the Palestinian Authority in Hamasistan. So why not? We can do it here too. General McKenzie said, we couldn't get everybody out, but we did do a good job given the challenges. Yes, I mean, who created those challenges? Where did those challenges come? I wasn't aware there were any challenges. I was told this was smooth. It was all part of the plan. So funny how you mentioned there are challenges. Well, would you like to discuss what those challenges were and how they got there, General McKenzie, or would you prefer to continue kissing the feet of the people who continue to maintain your position at the head of CENTCOM?
You would like to bring out everybody that wanted to come out. We're not able to do that. The situation wouldn't allow it. I think we did a very good job of getting everybody that we could get out, given the unique the challenges of the tactical situation on the ground. The fact that really not all Americans wanted to leave. There are Americans that, for a variety of reasons, want to stay for a while. I think we'll go back and they'll have the opportunity to revisit that and come out if they want.
Yeah, great. Also, by the way, remember how we left early? We left early. Not only did we leave early, none of the last jets had Americans on them. So for all this talk about how we were working until the last minute to get people out, we absolutely were not. Here's McKenzie saying, we sent some empty jets back.
No American citizens came out on the last, what we call the joint tactical exfiltration, the last 5 jets to leave. We maintained the ability to bring them in up until immediately before departure, but we were not able to bring any Americans out. That activity ended probably about 12 hours before our exit, although we continued the outreach and would have been prepared to bring them on until the very last minute, but none of them made it to the airport and were able to be accommodated.
So, no biggie. We left early and we left a bunch of people behind, and the last few flights were empty, but we did a great job. McKenzie also is playing defense for the Taliban, which of course they have to do. If you surrender to a group of people who obviously are outclassed by you militarily, you have to have an excuse. The excuse from this administration is that the Taliban are now our friends. They're our best friends now. Here's General McKenzie, just unreal, talking about how wonderful the Taliban have been.
I will tell you, the Taliban have been very pragmatic and very businesslike as we have approached this withdrawal. We did not turn it over to the Taliban. General Donahue, one of the last things he did before leaving was talk to the Taliban commander that he had been coordinating with as soon as about the time we were going to leave, just to let them know that we were leaving. But there was no discussion of turning anything over of that at all.
They were pragmatic. They were businesslike. Really, I was kind of surprised at their pragmatism and their businesslike manner as they allowed a suicide bomber to kill a bunch of Americans and as they threatened to kill all of our allies and were dragging people out into the streets house by house and beating women. And all. It was really pragmatic, though. I mean, super duper pragmatic. Okay, in a second, we're going to get to the State Department, which, again, remains. When you talk about the quote-unquote deep state, career bureaucrats who continue to design policy despite being lifelong incompetence, the State Department is the repository of all of these ne'er-do-wells. It's just a repository of useless human beings. How's this for a title? Ben Shapiro Show subscriber destroys like button with clicks and logic. I'd watch that. Make it happen, gang.